I'm going to be reading from techforgamers.com, and it's about Nintendo's next console, and it says a Switch 2 reportedly offers performance mode toggle like PS5 and Series S and X. Now, freely choose between 30 frames and 60 frames per second. I don't know if that means handheld or not. But the thing is, as far as toggle like PS5 and Series X and S, don't expect PS5 and Series S and X graphics, well, um, on par performance, because there's no way that's gonna end up happening, because you can, if they wanted to do that, you can only imagine the cost of the R&D alone on just on that, and Nintendo were not going to do that. Anyway, a new report seemingly confirms performance and quality modes for the Switch 2. It is said that the console will allow users to choose between power or battery life during handheld gameplay. Nintendo was aiming for an accessible um, experience while attempting to offer the choice between 30 and 60 frames per second. Amid Nintendo silence, discussions around the Switch 2. I don't know why they call it the Switch 2. Well, why not just say Nintendo's next generation console? Because that's pretty much what it is. Have begun to pick up the pace following the company's confirmation of backwards capability. A new leak has outlined potential graphical modes for the console. According to a reliable leaker, this upcoming console will offer a performance mode toggle, why it matters. Past reports have pointed to 60 FPS support for the console. The hardware is also expected to be similar to the PS4, opening up the opportunities for more 60 FPS games. Leak Express, Nintendo Switch 2 has a performance selector for portable mode from its own menu. Oh, okay, portable mode. Okay, I'm glad that got cleared up. From its own menu, prioritize battery or power. This is what a developer has shared with some colleagues, along with other details about the development kit. It seems that Nintendo wants to avoid the multiple graphic options of the games and simplify it with few options that will pre-configure on the console. As per popular leaker Nash Weedle, Nintendo was set to introduce more choices with its next console. The leaker states that this information comes via a developer who has access to dev kits, and it is said that Nintendo hopes to keep the console gaming experience as user friendly as possible. Nash Weedle suggests that the console will allow users to prioritize battery power or battery life, with the former likely being needed for 60 FPS gameplay. Given this choice, the Switch 2 might focus on more aggressive clock speeds when prioritizing power. Um, this should introduce more choices for fans of Nintendo's games, giving them more 60 FPS titles across the board, similar to the PS5 and Xbox Series S and X consoles. Moreover, the choice could translate to 60 FPS gameplay in docked mode using handheld graphical settings. Nintendo already has a reputation for focusing on 60 FPS for many of its first party releases. Therefore, seeing how widely performance mode is supported on the upcoming hardware will be interesting. Yeah. Now, the thing is, I hope this is I hope this is true. If this is true, because look, this is just on a dev kit for the final version. We don't have a clue on what's gonna if this is going to be carried over onto the final version. But if it's true, and then this is a great sign. The backwards compatibility thing didn't even surprise me whatsoever, considering how successful the Switch was, well, still is. If they took the backwards capability out, I mean, that would be a seriously dumb idea for Nintendo to do. But then again, Nintendo does whatever the fuck it feels like it. So, yeah. Um, I only said that about the performance mode talking like PS5 and the Series S and X, because I know that there were gamers out there people out there that will probably get confused by the wording. That was why I said I don't expect performance like PS5, Series S and X. But if you get to choose between 60 FPS freely. I mean that's actually a great option, especially if you can do that on third party games, and also if you can also do that even in handheld, and also choose between power or battery life. That's actually a great choice. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the next console's going to be. It's not going to be called Switch 2. Nintendo are not going to call it that, because that's just way too obvious. The only thing it's going to share from the Switch is pretty much the operating system, and how it looks, and how the OS looks. That's pretty much it. So then that way, the backwards compatibility won't be such a non-issue when it does it. But it's gonna be something else. It's not gonna be Switch 2. They're obviously not gonna call it that. It's gonna be a next gen system as far as Nintendo's next console is. Anyway, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.